Hello and welcome. In this video I'm going to be using some computer programming to look at this gold to silver ratio and see what is better, if this chart is accurately smart and that you buy silver when the price on the silver ratio is high and gold on the lower end. So I'm going to do some computer programming using the software Small Basic for the coding, the spreadsheet to help me with data, and what my objective here is I'm going to assume that there's two people doing the same thing. Let's say each of them we'll start off with maybe, I don't know, I'll figure it a small number like $100 every month to buy gold and silver, hypothetically assuming that they can always fill their order in with the decimal points, which computer programming you can do. And then because there's inflation, I'm going to make it go a little bit higher each time. And it says here that when this gets high, to buy silver, sell gold, and the opposite down here. How I'm going to do this is I'm going to put this in three stages. It's either in the lower stage, the middle stage, or the upper stage. So when it goes from middle stage to upper stage, it's going to have to break 70. I'm going to use. And to go to the lower stage, it's going to have to break 55, and we'll make 62 maybe the neutral stage. So we're going to start this. I'm going to need some data, which is what is in my spreadsheet. This is the monthly data, which is what I'm going to use. We'll assume each person at the end of every month is going to buy and sell silver. So I'm going to get the data to put into my my programming language. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to first get silver. So I'm going to have to name it a code, silver. And in arrays, what I need is to put a colon. And this is a little interesting trick that I use to get data from the spreadsheet and then later transfer it into the small basic. So I'm going to put a colon like this, and I'm going to put the number 1. In here, I'm going to put another colon and equals. And in here, I want the silver price, which is, well, the $1.96. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this number and I'm going to add 1. Why I'm doing this is for arrays. And then I'm going to copy and paste everything down below and then paste this into small basic. So I'm going to copy and paste this all the way down. And after the paste is done, I can see that there is going to be 588 row or 588 loops within this program. 588 months have passed. I'm going to highlight all of this and then paste this into Notepad. So we have the data. I'm going to copy it. Just brought Notepad up, paste the entire, I don't even think I need to use Notepad actually. I can just paste this completely into the program itself, because that's what I'm going to do. And there we have it. So now it's got all the data. I can even just for now, let's just, if you want, let's put in the price for what silver was, say on month 218, just a random one, probably somewhere around $5, we'll say, and we'll see what happens. So the program comes up and $5.67. So we've put in the silver data. We can do the same exact thing with gold. We're back on the spreadsheet, so I'll just change this to gold and get the gold data instead of the silver data. And this is the gold data. And then it's just a measure of doing the exact same copying pasting as before. So within the gold data, we have put this into place. So now At this point, we have the data that will be needed for running the program. We're going to be needing 588 loops. So we'll do for the run equals 1, 2, 5, 88. And eventually at some point, this thing will need a end for. So we're going to need some variables for what we're going to want to play in. We got a regular person just buying at the half of what they have on each month. That's what we're going to do first. So let's assume they're going to start with 100 balance. So buy amount equals 100. That's what they're going to start with. And now we're going to, at the end of every month, buy, which would be in the first case, 50 gold and 50 silver. So how much do they have to start with? Silver equals 0. Gold equals 0. They're buying for the first time at the start of this cycle. So now in this for statement, this is where the loop is only going to, at the end of every month, do what it needs to do. In this case, buy and sell what it needs. So therefore, we'll go silver buy equals buy amount divided by 2. And we'll go gold buy equals buy amount divided by 2 as well. So therefore, silver will be equal to silver plus, we're going to take what the silver price is, and I really should change this because I've already used the code silver, so why don't we just go XAG. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I've already put the coding in up top for silver and gold in the array, so I'm going to have to change it this way now. So XAG, which is the periodic symbol for silver, is equal to XAG plus silver, and whatever month we're in, which is always going to be the run, we're going to multiply that, and then that's going to be the silver buy. And so when the computer does this execution, XAG has already been noted as 0. So 0 is equal to, again, 0 plus silver, the run, which would in this case be the $1.29 or so, actually it's silver buy divided by that. So it's silver buy divided by that. So I would have 50 divided by $1.20. I'd be picking up like 40 ounces of silver. XAU is equal to XAU plus the same. We'll do gold buy divided by and this is already close to 10 minutes, so I'm going to probably do this in 15-minute parts, hopefully in less than 2 parts. But we'll continue on now. So now the computer program has executed how much it's going to buy, and it's got, with this case for gold and silver, already executed. And it's going to be keeping on moving into a new loop. But here's the thing though, there's inflation, which is, we'll say every 12 months, we'll have to increase this buy amount. So we'll do month count. So in this case, what we're going to do is mon count is equal to mon count plus 1. But every 12 months or so, I'm going to want to reset this. So I'm going to ask that question, if mon count is equal to 12, then we're going to reset it for, so it's going to go back to 0. So the next time it'll go up to 1. But what we're going to do is make the buy amount go up in inflation. So buy amount equals buy amount, and we'll do, say, 5%. Multiply 1.05. And the end if is in place. So now what it's going to be able to do is every time 12 months goes on, this is going to increase the buy that you have 5%. So this should be able to handle the entire loop run now. Therefore, I can program after this and see what the total amount happens to be before we get much more advanced and indicating the gold to silver ratio. So for here, so we're going to write the gold holdings. Let's put gold, or even XAU. And the reason why I'm putting a space in there is because I'm going to put how much gold there is, and it's going to be a whole bunch of decimals, but that's okay. And we're going to be having XAU here. And just to make it easy, I didn't want to do that. I pasted what I wanted to copy, and I undid it by pushing Control Z. But it's easy to just copy and paste, because now I'm going to be able to push both the gold and silver. Let's see if this program even works and what the answer is. Okay. So 324.5 ounces of gold, 16,000 ounces of silver. That's a lot. So you know what, let's reduce that number for the starting amount. Let's start off with just $10. And there we can see 32 ounces of gold and 1,600 ounces of silver. But what was the buy amount at the very end? Because this inflated 5% every year. So we'll just take a quick gander at that. And that would be 109. Starting off, of course, with 10. So the inflation in that case was a little over 10 times. So in the next video, what I'm going to be doing is taking a look at this using the method of buying based on the market conditions. And in situations when price goes too high where you're supposed to buy gold for silver and silver for gold, it's going to do exactly that. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.